Collecting user feedback with reach-out in-application messaging and Revulytics usage intelligence not only drives high response rates as it launches when users are engaged in your product, but also saves the responses in the usage intelligence database, appending all responding users' data and allowing for report segmentation and future campaigns based on their responses. We will set up an example campaign that aims to collect feedback on a new version we released to see how people like it. In ReachOut, we choose to implement a manual campaign that will present our message inline in our application. We set up all of our basic criteria. We give it a unique title and add a description to capture more detail if necessary. We don't need to limit the amount of recipients that get the message, and we will set it up to start now and run for the next 4 weeks to collect responses. We will write our message in plain text, delimiting the type of message by saying survey, and the message itself that will display, tagged as content. With manual campaigns, the application will handle the routing and formatting of the message using the delimiter tags. Manual campaigns require a bit more coding in your app, but allow them to launch in your branded style and where you want your application to display them. After we enter our message, we select the targeting. For this particular round of feedback, we are curious to hear from only people on our new point release, version 1.1. Also, we can target other profile criteria. For instance, if our new release was meant to optimize for HD monitors, we set a target horizontal screen resolution at a minimum of 1920 wide. We want to make sure the users we survey for feedback have had a chance to use this new version, so we will set the minimum number of uses of it to 5. This campaign is not contingent on any other campaign, so we leave the ReachOut campaign filter empty. Once we save this campaign and make it active, it is ready to launch within our app. Our application is going to pull this message in and populate it into the survey modal we created for collecting feedback, based on the delimiters we added to the message in the ReachOut setup. The survey collects 2 types of data. The radio button options are tagged as custom properties, since these are fielded finite answer sets. We will be able to use these back in usage intelligence for filtering and segmenting report data and targeting in future ReachOut campaigns. The second type of data collected is the open-ended feedback box. This data is passed back into usage intelligence in the form of custom events as a string of data once the form is submitted. If we switch back into usage intelligence and check out our custom events, we can see entries for each survey response. These can be exported as a group via CSV for advanced analysis, or if you click on each individual response, you can see all of the data associated with that user. This can help identify trends and responses based on the user's environment and usage data. Let's say we wanted to follow up with any of the users that gave us a negative response to dig deeper into their feedback. We can go back into ReachOut and set up a campaign just for that. We set up a simple automatic campaign that will serve up a bigger survey from a third-party provider. We give it a name and add a brief description for more detail. And we will let this campaign run for the 4 weeks after our original feedback question runs to give it enough time to collect. We simply add the URL of the survey into the message content box and define the size and location where the automatic campaign will pop up the survey. We can use the custom property data we collected on the first feedback question to make sure we target the campaign only to people who responded with a 1 or 2 value. And we will make sure to target only those that received the previous ReachOut feedback message. Asking for and collecting user feedback with ReachOut and usage intelligence allows you to ask one question and get all the profile data associated with the response to identify trends, segment your reporting, and target future campaigns.